Ah, pretty green open this morning. Nothing too crazy though. Some mild opens. Market's 0.44. Most of these are just a little bit above that. Tested with a little move higher overnight. Little gap up. Still not over the prior high, the actual high from the cup, but not too bad. Hey, what's up, Rob? How you doing? Nasdaq's been pretty bullish lately. Look at that. Still green today at the top of the Bollinger Bands and not stalling quite yet. Having some declining volume though, or when we start getting below average here. Lately on the Nasdaq, that's at least meant that we're slowing down a little bit. So we'll see if we're doing another shakedown or not at some point. But so far so good. I'm stepping in there. So yeah, we're doing okay. Nothing bad right up here, even though we're kind of towards the top of our range. We'll see if we start to sell off at some stage. Probably some new China news. You know how that goes. Always got to be something taking us down, taking us up. So, buddy Doc, you looking okay up here? Let's check out some global watch list stocks. Not much going on here either. Cron's up significantly, kind of. Big spike up to 12, which is pretty high. Currently down under 10. What's going on here? But why? Nothing. I got nothing? Eh, here's some words at least. They're up as much as 41.5% after hours. Okay, so there's still no news, but this one mentions an ETF changing shares around. So maybe, yes. Netflix looks like it's up 7%. Hey, what's up, Eli? Yeah, I don't know about buying MJ. I mean, it's up a smidgen, but there's nothing super definitive here saying that it's done going lower. Sweet Tesla right raised to power. So you mean rise to power? Yeah, it's looking pretty good here. Yeah, had an actual breakout the other day from a cup and handle pattern. There's your rise, there's your cup, there's your handle. So we broke out of it the other day. We're doing pretty good. So far, so good. Nothing crazy, nothing horrible, but it's moving in the right direction, doing the right things. ENDP, big volume day yesterday, huge volume day. It did get above that trend line, early buy point and the little mini buy point in the 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not quite a flat base here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It can't break out in the fifth week. It has to base the fifth week. So this is really a nothing pattern, but it's trying to break out of it. Good pocket pivots over here. Lots of good ones. Netflix up from spike lows on earnings. It's pretty cool. Wait for a little consolidation jump on that guy. ACB. United Rentals. Good volume this morning. Big blue spike right there. And quite a bit of volume on the green side lately too. CGC's up a little bit. Come on, Hexo. Hexo getting under the 200-day here today. Oh, never mind. I'm having data glitches. CGC, Sienna. Slow today. Nasdaq 0.32 pulling in a little bit from the highs of the day. All 17 minutes of them, or 7 minutes of them. You guys leading the charge today. After choppy area, about 15 Tesla news articles any given day. Tesla gets regulatory approval to produce cars in China. Well, I'd hope so. They're building a factory there. Tesla's about to show investors it's back on the road to profitability. Let's see what you have to say about this. That looks like a lot of words. Third quarter results after the bell on the 23rd, just a few days away. Next Wednesday, so a little under a week. Looking at a year-over-year dip in quarterly revenue, really? How? Just not selling that much? Yeah, it makes sense. So it looks like most of their sales are going towards the Model 3, which is their lowest margin product. Hmm. It's got to start raising margins in the Model 3. Maybe get that semi truck rolling. That's a whole other market. I think that's what they need to do. Because they're cannibalizing their own market share with the 3, the S and the X. People are just buying the 3 to save, $60,000. But they don't have a market for that semi truck. Yeah, the problem though, Rob, is that Tesla's an island on themselves. No one really gives a crap about any of the other electric vehicles out there. It's pretty much, you either want a Tesla or something else. If you're more cost conscious, you're going to go for the Model 3, even over some of these other brands now. I mean, the Model 3 is a huge story. It's a big success for Tesla. There's just not enough margin in it. But you also have to keep in mind the Fiesta and the F-150. If you're in the market for one, you're probably not going to buy the other. That's the main difference here. It's almost like Toyota making too good of a Camry so no one buys the Lexus is really what it is. Compact SUVs hopes to launch in the sea. They should be focusing on the truck. That's actually an interesting little story. So, yeah, interesting for Tesla going forward here. At least from that perspective. Who are you down 3% today? INMD up 2, got a little bit more movement. There you go, Rob. Yeah, well, I think you've got a lot of people in on the car game a lot more than they used to be. Used to be you just bought a new car, and they were, half-ass affordable, but nowadays cars are less and less affordable as wages really do not rise. I was actually walking through it. Had to take my car in for service yesterday. I ended up walking through the Toyota dealership, and minimum $30,000. Used to be you can get into a car for 18, 20 grand, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. Now there's like no way of doing that. You got to step down to a BS Hyundai whatever, or some stupid Mitsubishi, who cares? And then, you're spending that much if you're lucky, not after taxes and license though. You're still up at 20 to 24,000 after taxes and license. So, a lot of people buying used cars, and that's why AutoZone's been doing so well, is because they're all buying used cars and repairing them. And there's guys like me touting that too. I'm a real crypto on Quora, and one of my big questions, or one of my big answers out there right now, has to do with what's the worst thing to spend money on? It's a new car. It's a new car. So, yeah, I think there's a little bit of that going on there too. Really, Rob? Well, all I gotta say, brothers, keep that thing forever. Seriously. um, yeah, a car is one of the most expensive things you'll ever buy that will never give you a return on investment. Ever. You know, you're never getting that 36K back. The only thing you're going to do, let's say you trade that in to get that 55K truck, the only thing you're doing is, well, they're going to give you 2005, 14 years. They're probably going to give you like 16 grand for that thing if you're lucky. Probably 12, probably 10, you know. So you're losing $20,000 just to be mobile. And really is not a good value there. I'd rather buy that 2005 for $10,000. Be honest with you. Yeah, look at some aftermarket stereos. You can get quite a few of those in the aftermarket stereo systems. Yeah, you can spend a couple $100 here and get quite a bit of bang for your buck. I mean, it's not going to be integrated with your rear seat, but who cares? No, it's funny because, like I said, I was walking through that Toyota dealership, and I have a Toyota Sienna from 2013, and 2019, 2020 Toyota Sienna, exactly the same as mine. Exactly the same as mine. Like they haven't changed the mold at all. Now, granted, it's a really good vehicle, so there's nothing wrong with that, but just no innovation. The interior's garbage. Got big old 8-inch touchscreen sticking out the top of the dash. It's horrible. All right, Skyworks been working its way out of this channel or a declining trend line here on the weekly. So see if that maybe will start to get rocking here in a little bit. Been coiling here the past whatever time span. Oh, the Bose system. Yeah, that would make it complicated. Actually, about 20 years ago, that's what I used to do, is car stereo systems. I'm actually shocked at how horrible they are right now. All the aftermarket stereo stuff is so hard, so bad. You guys, INMD, Snap, MDCO going for it this morning. Just bullish on MDCO. General curl forming, off to the races. Good stuff for MDCO. Come up to all-time highs of 55.95 very quickly. Likely hit it today if this stuff keeps up. Yeah, Rob, go in Slack and shoot me a message. That's fine. I love that stuff. That stuff's a lot of fun. Bose is weird though. Not really weird. They just do everything's very proprietary. They make things, they don't interact well with aftermarket anything. So, all right, pretty lackadaisical day for the market here, everybody. MDCO appears to be one of the few things actually doing something. INMD seems to be still hanging around, but not really running very far. Snap, not much. MJ hard to get involved. MDCO new highs coming up on all-time highs actually. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's you need to know some electrical stuff. Transport's looking pretty good here. I like that. That's looking good. And Skyworks too. Yeah, you just got to know some electrical stuff. Ideally, reading up about ohm loads and electrical circuits, 12-volt circuits, DC circuits, because you're in a car. So, but it's pretty simple stuff. You just got to be able to put it to practical use, I think, to absorb the information. Well, RealPage tightening up really nicely down here. Tesla trying to rebound. That RealPage looking pretty good. That 200-day squeezing it up. My neighbor's walking in the morning. That's weird. Restoration Hardware has been going forward, continues to. Winnebago, there you go, coming back into recent highs for the year. I think it's getting close, if not there. Disney trying to rebound. BEP coming back after a little dip into the 10-day moving average, which lately has been all you get is that dip into the 10-day. No options, really? Wow. Court setting up pretty nicely. Nice little consolidation right here. Not too mad at this. Jake sold Netflix to earnings. Their plan was to sell after earnings. Then why didn't you? Why didn't you? What happened? Nasdaq up 0.5%. Looking pretty normal up here. Ignoring the Bollinger Bands, going for it. All right, a lot more positive here. INMD now leading our board here. MJ could be trying to find bottoms. There's a big red candle down there. Let's go look at that. Oh, that's that breakdown day. Snap maybe trying to find support. MDCO just killing it. Take-Two Interactive. I said the transports are doing good, and they're doing really good here. Made a higher low there. They're gonna have to break that trend though. It's like it looks like it wants to do it. I don't mind RealPage. Look at how tight this volume's gotten on the average. Just super tight. It's about a 4% stop to recent lows under the 200-day moving average there. Is it really? It's been tightening up here for several months. You could argue this is a very wide cup and handle. There's your cup, and there's one of the weirdest handles I've ever seen, but I'm sure it would loosely qualify. And would qualify in terms of volume. RealPage not looking bad here. Let's take a look at some statistics on RP. 88 composite rating. Provides on-demand software for managing, screening, leasing, and accounting in the rental housing industry. 16% EPS change last quarter. Not very great. 37% 3-year EPS growth rate. 13% sales change last quarter. 21% pre-tax margin. $5 billion market cap. Couple of articles, 6% change in funds owning stocks, so not great numbers, but that could change quickly. Yeah, they're calling this whole thing a cup with handle, too. November 1st, so a few more weeks here for RealPage for earnings. Something to keep an eye on. Definitely something to keep an eye on. MDCO, rocking it. Remember a little consolidation right there, popped up, came down, didn't really break anything. No major sell rules right there. And just curl and general curl right here is pretty nice. As the NASDAQ looks like it's hanging on to close to 0.5% up. By DocuSign, looks like it's trying to bounce back from these spiky lows. We'll see if it's ready for the next leg up. Gold still basing. Put a higher low in here in the past couple days, pretty much all week. Put a higher low in place here. This trend line still firmly intact. So still waiting for that to possibly break for the next leg up. We'll see if that comes at the expense of the stock market or if it can rally despite of a stock market being stable. But lately though, it's almost been an inverse relationship. I mean, which kind of makes sense. But regardless, you can see that both do have higher lows in place. So this started running here 530. Right about there. And so you can see we do have a general trend up, some lower highs here, higher highs on gold. So it's been a little bit more of a fear play than maybe a fundamentals on gold play. Of course, gold has no fundamentals, very similar to crypto. Much more of a sentiment play. Let's go check out the global list and see if anything's changed in that world. NBEV, Beyond Meat, still dropping. I mentioned this looks a lot like Tilray. Tilray right now is all the way came all the way down to the IPO price. So this IPO price looks like it's 45. So look for this to probably get a little bit lower. Really no strength stepping in here. Lots of distribution though. Signature Bank. How did these guys end up yesterday? Not very well. Coop ended up having a pretty hard day. Check out the highs. Oops. Oh, United Rentals getting with it. Getting to the top of that range pretty quick. We'll see if it's able to. Good volume this morning. Yeah, that's earnings, it looks like. Wow. 596. That's a big earnings number. They had 11 back here. Other than that, that's a pretty substantial earnings number. I wonder what else was on that call. They're pretty bullish. It's all yesterday. That's funny. Not a very sexy stock, so you don't see all the news articles about it. Narrows 2019 view. Revenue rose 15.4%. looks like some pretty decent stuff there. ENDP pulling back. Stitch Fix, see if we can get back to the top of that range there. Pays, big winner past couple of years. Look at that weekly chart. From basically under $1 to 18. Just ridiculous. Let's do a little bit of looking into Pays. Let's see what IBD has to say about them. It's PaySign. Provider of innovative prepaid card programs, processing services for corporate, consumer, and government applications. 200% EPS change last quarter. Huge numbers here. 58% sales change. 50% 3-year sales growth rate. Pre-tax margin is not very good at 11%. 37% change in funds owning stock is significant. 4 quarters of increasing fund ownership. No news for this on IBD. They've pulled back a tremendous amount though, but volume you can see is drifting away. We'll see if the selling's over. Not a lot of news coming out of this one. That's usually a good thing if you've got a decent backdrop to a company. Market cap is just under 500 million, so a very small company. Getting back to 20 would basically put it just under $1 billion. That wouldn't be don't think it would be too big of an issue. PaySign. I'm sitting here looking at their website. Let's look at the website for a minute. See what they got going on. Oh, just a nice little splash page here. I'm not too mad at it. Good video quality. Ooh, 6 pictures. Look, fancy, fancy. Oh, thanks, Rob. Did you guys hear my sneeze? Thought I muted the microphone. Oh, thanks, Rob. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so far I haven't sneezed on the mic yet. I always am able to at least mute it. Yeah, let's see if they're hiring. That's always a good sign if companies are hiring. Are you from Arizona? That's a saguaro cactus. Those only grow here. I hit careers. Why are you making me hit careers? Okay, so they're not hiring anyone apparently. Careers, investor relation, news media. Oh, Nevada. Henderson, Nevada, really? Okay. So they post them on various internet sites, but they don't post them on their own website. All right. Sounds good, I guess. What is this? 3 Pia International? That's weird. Thought it was on a website for PaySign. Look at a presentation. Let's check it out. Oh, I don't want to watch a video. Look for graphs going up. There you go. Upward sloping graph. So December 17, 1.5 million card holders. December 2018, 2.2 million card holders. So 50% growth in a year there in terms of people on cards. That's not too bad. It can be. IBD actually had their debt at 50%, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, it was a 0. Okay. That was probably a previous one. Yep, 0 debt to equity, so they're doing good there. Yeah, that doesn't really move stocks, though. Not really. I've seen stocks with 200% debt move. 100% client retention for 8 years running? What? Looks like we need to start a debit card company and take some clients from PaySign. Revenue sources, client setup and implementation, program management fees, cardholder transaction fees, network fees, software development consulting fees, customer maintenance and administration fees. Okay. Growth in life sciences. What do they have to do with payment industry? Oh, there you go. So their CEO had an exit with his last post. So I wonder if they're looking for an exit for this company. So it's right there. Net spend acquired by Total System Services for $1.4 billion. So maybe they're looking for an exit strategy. Could see a 30 to 100% pop out of this guy at some point.
Daddy?
Yes, Ethan.
Do you know where my lunchbox is?
We were playing with it in the living room last night. I'm not sure where it ended up. Remember? Go look over by the living room. Co-founder, former president of Euronet. Oh, I know EEFT. Sits on board of the Brinks company. Car.com. So they have quite a bit of cash. Current assets are $1733.50. Not bad. They're growing. Assets are growing. go to liabilities and equity. So liabilities are 41, 15, 27, 41. Customer card funding. Oh, is it? Hmm.
Yes, Daddy.
Hi, James. You what?
Yes.
You dressed for what? A sleepover? You're not
Yeah.
dressed.
Yeah.
For what?
Day.
What day? Not today.
Yeah, I'm dressed for the day.
No, you're not. You have jammies on.
Uh-huh. So just look.
I am looking. It's all jammies. You got your Batman jammies over your other jammies.
These are not jammies.
Oh, you're right. Those are not jammies.
And
But this is a jammy.
and
Why do you have you have jammies over clothes? You're trying to trick me, aren't you?
and I literally did that all by myself.
I believe you did.
I literally undid the clothes.
That was pretty funny, James. You tricked me. James, you tricked me.
Come on. Oh, I don't want to burst teeth. Can you please brush my teeth? I don't care, but you do skis.
You don't care about your teeth?
I said, I don't care, but you do skis.
Oh. Hi, Bugs. Go put are those your old jammies or new jammies?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I got a traffic jam in here. All right, guys. I'm gonna have to go here in a minute. Let's go check out the market one more time. See what's going on. Nasdaq holding about where it was. Cron still hanging out, so not too much change from 12 seconds ago. How's you guys doing? Not too great. Yeah, my kid's funny. He walked in with pajamas on, but underneath his pajamas he has clothes on. Silly kid. I have a feeling that's how Rob dresses every day for work. Just a feeling I've got. Just a feeling. Take-Two Interactive, Skyworks, breaking out a little bit. So market's doing okay stuff, but a little stagnant here right now. Tesla pulling in a little bit, but nothing crazy. All right, guys, well, I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.